Sovryn, a Bitcoin-based decentralized finance project, agreeing to a $9 million investment from a group of partners led by popular crypto investor Anthony Pompliano. They're also publicly launching their native SOV token and the SOV2 BTC liquidity pool this week. And joining me now to discuss is Sovryn founder Edan Yago in London. Welcome, Edan.
Thanks for having me. Just one thing I would say, I'm not the founder of Sovryn, but I am a contributor.
All right. You're leading the project, no?
I'm sort of a figurehead, a talking head for the project.
Fair enough. It's a decentralized community. All right, so decentralized finance projects often build on the Ethereum blockchain. It's easier for developers to code on, but Sovryn is unique for building on Bitcoin through a sidechain called RSK. So first, how does that work? What's the reception been and some of the challenges?
Well, I think, from its very inception, Bitcoin was all about the ability to remove the need for so-called trusted intermediaries or middlemen. And Bitcoin has created this entire new way of transacting where we don't need to have an intermediary. And the irony of Bitcoin has been that we have this pristine intermediary-free asset, but anytime you wanted to do something with it, like trade or lend, you needed to use a centralized service like Coinbase, which you were talking about a moment ago. Now, over the last year, we've seen a huge amount of innovation in decentralized finance, primarily occurring on the Ethereum network. And it became obvious that this was a real feature that could be valuable to Bitcoin as well. And so it became important to a number of Bitcoin developers to bring that sort of innovation and allow more uses for Bitcoin to happen without having to have an intermediary. And so what eventually emerged from this was Sovryn. And Sovryn is a smart contract system built on the rootstock sidechain. So it's mined and secured by Bitcoin miners. The native asset is Bitcoin, but it can do everything that Ethereum DeFi can do. So you can lend, you can trade, you can margin trade, you can have Bitcoin-backed stablecoins, and indeed, all of these things currently exist.
Edan, compared to DeFi on Ethereum, will DeFi on Bitcoin through Sovryn be any faster, less expensive, or scalable? Will it meet some of the problems that Ethereum has, which is gas fees, scalability issues?
So it's interesting. Bitcoin, in many ways, is the most scalable blockchain. And the reason is it's so simple. So other chains try to do a great deal and they try to add additional features. Bitcoin is very good at just providing security for Bitcoin. And so what we do by merge mining and by rolling up our transactions to Bitcoin is we piggyback on that security, that deep security provided by Bitcoin proof of work. We add to the budget, the security budget of Bitcoin by providing additional fees to Bitcoin miners, but we don't do this on the main chain. So there's effectively infinite scalability. Right now, transactions that would cost $300 on Ethereum cost about 70 cents on Sovryn. And we expect that with an optimization that we'll be introducing over the coming probably 2 months, that will drop by about another 50x. And so it's really great that with advances in cryptography that have sort of emerged over the last few years and are also being used on Ethereum to create layer 2 systems.
And how does the governance work? Because you mentioned, you're not the co-founder, you're a contributor, but how decentralized is it really?
So I think that's a great question. We had a recent example of this, right? So Anthony Pompliano, Pomp, wanted to put together a syndicate, and they wanted to participate and acquire tokens from the protocol. And so the way that happened wasn't a typical sort of VC investment. He, like anyone else, wrote a proposal, published it as a SIP, a Sovereign Improvement Proposal, which is kind of like a BIP. And then there was a discussion, a debate amongst the community, and a vote. And the vote passed. Now, there's roughly 4,000 different addresses that are staked in sovereign bitocracy, or the governance system. And the level of participation is amazing. It's always over 60%. So it's an extremely decentralized system, possibly the most high level of participation of any of the large DeFi projects.
Fantastic. All right, Edan, thank you so much for joining us, and good luck on your platform.
Well, thank you very much.